if you've ever wanted to capture great shots at a band or in a gig environment, or if you ever go to the theatre and you want to get great pictures of the performers, it's a real challenge to be able to do that. And I'm going to show you in 2 videos, firstly, how to set your camera up right so that you can capture the action as best as possible. And in the second video, I'm going to talk about some of the practicalities about working in those environments where often you're not really allowed to bring your camera. When you're in a gig or in a theatre, 3 things change all of the time. Actors move around, so it's really hard to get sharp images. Lights strobe, they change colour, so being able to get an accurate representation of what's happening on stage is really difficult. And the dynamic range of the lights is really great. Sometimes you focus down on an individual performer and all the lights come down, and sometimes everybody's on stage and all of the lights are up. So it's really difficult to be able to let your camera make those decisions. So I am going to give you 5 suggested settings on your camera, which once you've done that will help you in post-production to be able to get the most out of your pictures. And so the first one is you must shoot in RAW. RAW enables you to change the color cast and the tint of your images afterwards to try and reflect what was happening. If you set for one color cast and then the lighting director changes what's happening, or there's a change in the lights and strobes, you're lost. So shoot in RAW. Secondly, shoot as wide an aperture as your camera will possibly allow you to do. These are dark environments, you've got to get as much light into the camera as possible. The problem with that is you've got a narrow depth of field, so you're going to have problems. If you don't get accurate focusing on your subject, you're going to have problems. So that's a real challenge. The third thing is to shoot as fast as possible. Get your shutter speed up as much as possible. Now you're going to have a problem because you're going to get less and less light in the faster you shoot, which is a problem. So wide aperture, fast as you can. Probably you're aiming for, if you've got people moving around the stage, which invariably you do, 1/250th of a second. Often that's not possible, so an acceptable level is 1/125th or 1/160th. Try not to go below that. The fourth setting is your ISO. Now modern cameras, you can really go up, and their low light performance is fantastic. I tend not to go above 6400 because you get more and more noise. But remember, some of the best photographs of pictures, particularly band pictures, are very grainy. So noise is sort of okay, and I would prefer the image to be sharp and to get as much light as you can. So go for speed rather than noise. And the fifth thing is that because lights change all the time, your camera really can't deal with that. So you're going to have to lock everything down, set everything to manual, set those settings in. RAW, ISO 6400, widest aperture as possible, speed 160, 200, 250, and then forget about it. Some of your pictures are going to be overexposed, some of them are going to be underexposed. You just have to deal with that. And just try and get as many pictures as you can and deal with them in post. So there you go, those are my recommended settings if you're going out shooting. There's one other recommendation which I forgot to say, which is batteries, camera cards. Remember to bring as many as possible. stuff them in your pocket, put them in a little backpack. Make sure that you've got as many backup batteries and cards as you can, because you don't want to be caught short. If you like this film, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe. Come back and see some more films later.